and he was like, I'm sorry to tell you this, but he has a girlfriend. And I was like, wait, what? I was side chick?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. Yay. I'm going to be sitting out today.
No.
Confidential information. Is going to sub me in?
No, I thought it was going to be like a 4 thing.
Ta-da.
No, I thought it was going to be like that.
Well, we
like,
could.
yeah.
Well, I mean, if you have thoughts, you could always...
Yeah,
Just
I'll
share
just
the
be like... But like, how close do I
No,
have to be
they're yours,
to the
That's
mic? Like that?
that's
Or
pretty good.
farther or closer to me.
Oh, it doesn't matter. No, but you have to participate
No.
too. I have nothing to say. I'm just gonna be here like,
I mean-
woo, boys ain't shit. Oh, okay.
So, J-Dog, how do you like the studio that we have here?
It's better than the studios of other podcasters that...
Yeah, because I'm a very experienced podcaster. So, I mean, it's not the best, but I've been in better.
we found a great winning formula, and that's like to be like relatively obscure and no one knows us, and then to have guests who are also relatively obscure and then no one knows. It's great.
That's the formula for a perfect podcast.
Yeah.
So, this is how I look when I'm high, by the way.
I really doubt you're high right now. If anyone wants a little snippet of
Confidential information.
his character, he's literally the most innocent person I know.
Oh, thanks.
No problem.
Thanks, J-Dog.
No problem.
Is that-
Confidential information.
What about me?
Or...
Am I innocent?
Oh, you're definitely not innocent.
What do you mean?
You've done some shady shit in the past.
What?
Ooh.
What have I done in the past? I'm the most innocent person ever. I'm like the biggest rule follower that like... like, honestly, it's like sickening how much I follow the rules, right? Like, you know, right? I always get so nervous.
Shaking your head.
Anthony is currently shaking his head.
As much...
Jamie the sound guy from Joe Rogan's podcast.
Jamie? Hey, Jamie, please look up how innocent I am, please.
Plug myself in.
Yeah, listen to us and
I
see.
was listening to you guys.
Okay.
Oh, but I want you to participate.
I can't. Oh, my voice is a little bit edited.
So, no, like, yeah, put it in the middle and then,
Yeah.
like, put the mic in
Oh
the
my
middle.
god.
No, go
No,
ahead.
no, I really have nothing to say.
I can't talk about relationships.
Yeah, you can.
No, it's about experiences.
Well, okay,
Well,
let's
bad
start
and
off.
bad
Let's start
experiences.
off with
You're
this.
anonymous, so you can just share your experiences.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
so much.
Yeah, but no one knows
No,
your
no,
last
let's-
name.
Okay, guys, let's start off. Has any of us in this room
I'm not saying that.
has had...
I'm not.
has any of us ever had a relationship? Anyone?
Does like grade 11 count?
Yeah. Oh, if I would say like you're like, yeah, he's my boyfriend. That would count as a relationship.
Yeah,
Or
but
she's my
like
girlfriend.
grade 11, that doesn't count.
How long was your relationship for?
A year.
A year.
A year. Like I'm doing like hand quotations.
And like you
To
would
move to my
refer to the
podcaster.
guy as your boyfriend, or
Like yeah.
like yeah.
Like I'm doing more hand quotations.
But why?
It's
Why
grade
is
11. It
quotations
doesn't
though?
count. No one understands anything that's going on. Like really immature. Like
So
yeah.
you're saying you weren't like wise at the time, or
yeah. Like
Like,
it
you
was
didn't
literally
know.
so stupid.
yeah.
It felt like elementary school.
hmm Have you ever been in a relationship?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
This is news to me. Oh my god. When, how?
I've only been in one, like, serious relationship, and then
Oh my god.
How
a
long?
bunch of other things that I can't say.
See, I told you he wasn't innocent.
It was, like, 6 or 7 months.
Okay.
6 or 7. How old were
And
you?
I
Or,
was,
how
like,
long ago?
I was, like, 23.
Oh, that's pretty like
Yeah.
that's old.
Yeah, no, that was, like, my first serious relationship.
Was
Wow.
it at your first university?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh my
The,
god.
like, the university that I went to.
And was she like your age as well, and you guys studied the same thing? Or...
I think she was, like, a couple of years younger than me. Yeah, she's a couple of years younger than me.
Ooh.
But it just didn't work. It was just, like, weird. Like, we were just from two different worlds, you know? Like, story of...
Was she the same like cultural
Embarrassing.
background?
No.
Really?
That's the thing is, like, it was,
Ooh.
like, not within my...
And how did you like start this? Was it you that told her, hey?
Honestly, she was, like, the first girl that was, like, interested in me. And so it was just like, oh, okay.
Wait, what?
So she asked you out, or you asked her, or?
Oh, yeah, I asked her out. But, like, she was the first girl that was just, like... that I got a, like, sense that, like, oh, yeah, I think she obviously likes me. That like that I was pretty certain of, like.
But were you guys friends at first, or was it
Yeah,
just? Oh, okay.
No, but like, actually, we jumped into it relatively quickly, though. That was part of the problem.
What's your definition of relatively quickly? Because people have like different definitions of quick.
Like, we met, and then a few weeks later, we were friends, and then a few weeks after that, like, I told her that I liked her, and then she told me that she liked me back,
Oh my god.
and then we dated.
Oh my god.
But it was like
That's
way
like
too fast.
goals. Like that's
No, it wasn't.
It's too easy.
It wasn't goals at all. Like,
no,
it was just like,
if there's no spark, then it's like.
yeah, it was just
like,
like.
why?
At least she said yes. You know, like
That's why I'm pretty like. That's why I just think that, like, I don't know. After that experience, I'm like, it's hard to date outside of. I mean, you can do it for sure, but like for me, I'm just like, oh, like it's hard to date outside of your culture, especially if you feel like
agreed.
you're embedded in your culture and like it's important to you,
Yeah.
and someone comes that's outside of that and they just don't understand it, then it's like it's nothing personal, but it's like.
So who ended the relationship? Was it you or her?
She did, but like I know this is like a cop out. We're like, oh yeah, it was like a mutual thing, but like it really wasn't. But no, I honestly was like, kind of relieved when she asked, like when she,
Yeah.
because I don't know, it just like there was a lot of tension and like, it was just obvious that it wasn't
Going anywhere.
yeah, it wasn't going anywhere. I was sad at the time because I was just like, oh, but I think I was more sad that I was like alone than I was, like.
Aw.
Like losing her. Do you know what I mean?
Are you guys afraid of loneliness?
Yeah. Well, in a way, yes. Because it's like if you feel like you don't have someone, and you don't know when you will be with someone, and like you feel like you might lose opportunities throughout time, and you don't want to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a little fear that I'm sure a lot of guys might have. What? How about you? Do you feel alone?
Oh, definitely. All the time. I'm a girl.
Yeah.
What is that, like a common experience among girls?
I guess like I don't know. I'm at that like age in my life where like it's either people are like engaged or like talking about engagement or like they're in like serious relationships. So I'm just here like do like doing nothing with my life, like twiddling my thumbs. Like I know people give me the cliche thing, oh, if it happens, it happens, or like when you're not looking, it'll come find you. But I'm just like, ugh, like I'm sick of it. Like I feel like I've been meeting trash men like time like all the time. It's like when is like the good,
guy.
when is
the
like the
prince
good
coming
person,
in,
you know? I've had such bad experiences. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm like losing
See, you know,
faith.
you're ready to be in a relationship. You would agree with that, right?
I don't know.
See, that's the confusing
Yeah,
part about women.
it's so
period.
confusing. It's like I complain, but then I'm like, oh, am I really ready
Like,
for it?
yeah, you're complaining, and then I feel like when a guy would actually tell you, you'd get really scared.
I like panic.
You'd panic, and then you might actually say, I don't know, I'm not ready.
Mhm.
I've heard that a couple times, right?
Yeah.
And it's like you want to be in a relationship, but then the response from the girl is like, I'm not ready. Does that mean, do you think when a girl says I'm not ready, does it mean like they just want to be your friend, or they're actually not ready and they don't want to lose you as a friend? What does that mean to
I think
you?
it's a cop out for the most part. I think
Yeah,
it's just like,
I
I'm trying not to hurt your feelings, so I'm just saying I'm not ready. When
Like statistically, maybe like 80% of the time, it's like them like
letting you down easy.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But there's also like that like also small percentage of them really not them being ready due to like maybe school or work or family issues. But you would have to like make that judgment to yourself and think to yourself, okay, is your life really going like downhill, or is it really that hectic? And if it isn't, and they gave you that reason, then they're probably like opting out.
Yeah,
So.
like they seem relatively stable, and then like you go on their social media and they're just like, I can't find a good guy, and obviously they're not gonna be done with it.
Me
And
on social media.
yeah. No, yeah, I understand.
Do you think girls would
Well-
be ready when, sorry, but like, do you feel like girls would be ready when they feel like they're desperate to be in a relationship and they go like, yes, but would that relationship then be genuine?
I think the desperation might come from like females that are a bit younger, or I feel bad saying this, but if they don't have some sort of like level of education, they might have like not have much to do, so they might just get into one just for the fun of it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off.
Like
What
that's
were
what
you
I
saying?
personally think. I don't know.
Well, I was just wondering because you were eager to talk about it. So like, why did you want to talk about it so much?
What, the whole
The topic that
like relationships?
Yeah, like why are you
Because we want to get the tea, man.
Because we need to figure out the difference between guys and girls. Because
we're not gonna solve that on this podcast.
no,
I
because
don't know what we
because
think
the
we're
thing
doing.
is,
People
it's
are
like
gonna talk
like we say, oh, girls suck. We don't know what they're saying, and then girls say, oh, guys like they don't know what they're doing, and then we're just like, well, who's to blame or
the guy.
Why
no,
is
but
the
I'm
guy
saying
is
it's
to
the girl,
blame.
though.
why is the guy to blame?
They have awful communication skills. They act on the spot. They're not thinking what they're doing, and they don't understand what they're saying in the present
I'm telling you
is going to
this.
affect in the long run.
But then when the guy does what the girl wants, the girl doesn't want that. Like girls want attention, and then when the guy gives them attention, the girls just like zone out and they run away. Do you know what I mean? They'll like girls love attention. I could see it. And then when the guy gives that attention, they're just like, no, this is going too far. They get scared, and then they'll just zone off. You
Yeah,
know what
because
I
if a
mean?
guy's too needy and just like, oh, is there anything I can do for you? Blah blah blah. I've heard that that's a turn off.
no, I think that's so caring.
Caring once in a while, but if he did that all the time, always and everywhere, like
Yeah,
if
if he comes off as like someone that has zero life, then yeah, I would say to myself, wow, like does he have no life? Like doesn't he have like school or a job? But if a guy is like genuinely caring, like, oh, how are you? Like, do you need anything? Like, I think that's so sweet. Like, we know we need that.
Can I like my our sound editor over there is laughing. I don't know why.
I think later on we'll put Anthony on the microphone because I feel like he has some.
Nothing to say.
I think he has a lot to say.
He's bubbling up right now with things to say. Like he's exploding right now. Like he just like, but it could get him.
Thankful enough.
Anthony comes off as a person that suppresses a lot of things.
Part of the skill of being a podcaster is finding diplomatic ways of saying like controversial things. So just think about it for a while. Yeah, Anthony is an insult. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
What was the most romantic date you've like taken a girl on? Like, what's the most like creative or like a lot? Hey, he was doing very inappropriate hand gestures. Not allowed in this podcast.
Not me, by the way. Our sound editor.
Oh yes, our sound editor was doing that.
So who did that?
Yeah. What was the most like creative like outing that you took a female on?
It wasn't creative, but it's like the most I've ever done for a girl, and that's I took her out to like the falls.
Stop crying. Like Niagara Falls?
No, people just fall in.
No. Yeah, so I took her there, and then I don't know. I took her to a fancy restaurant. We got dressed up. Yeah, it was a very expensive day.
Yeah, wow, ballin'.
And then yeah, we just spent the day there.
Was it like a special occasion?
But I
or-
did a lot, but I was so preoccupied with something else that like she could sense it. So it wasn't a great time, but it was like the time where I did the most. But I was preoccupied at the same time with something like on my mind.
Oh my god. Did you wear a tux?
No.
Like, was it that fancy? Okay.
No. It was just like I was like wearing like a flannel shirt and like a nice pair of, I just like I tried to look presentable.
Nice.
And then I picked her up, and then we just went to the falls. And
Oh
that's
my
it.
god, did you bring her flowers?
I brought no, but I did on another occasion.
Oh,
I brought her like
that.
a single rose. Pretty gay.
See, no one does that
Did
anymore.
you say pretty gay?
Pretty good. Andy.
No,
Pretty good.
no one does that.
Pretty good. That's what I meant. I was pretty impressed with myself, but that's the problem is that it was just gifts and extravagant things from the beginning, so you can't do that. You can't
What else did you give her?
No, not extravagant gifts, but it was just like a lot of these different signs of affections. Like I would get her things. This was like my first serious relationship, so I didn't know how to act. And then like I was with a bunch of like guys in like I was like rooming with a bunch of my friends, and I think I tried to outsource all my decisions with them, and they were giving me like different things, and like it wasn't organic, so
Yeah.
that was the problem. It was my fault too. Like I should have had more ownership of it, but like I'd ask like one friend what I should do, and then he'd say something, and then I'd ask another friend, and he'd say something different.
Honestly, I think it depends on the girl because like every girl is different on like what they like. Like some girls like materialistic things like the flowers and the
Yeah.
chocolate. Some girls just like quality time.
Mm-hmm.
J Dog, what do you like? You know.
I don't know. I've never been treated good before, so I don't know what I like.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Like hypothetically, I don't know.
Yeah. What's a hypothetical thing that you would like?
Maybe in like the beginning stages, like the honeymoon stages, like it wouldn't hurt to like get a flower, you know, like
So you like
Yeah.
cheesy romantic things?
not cheesy romantic, just like thoughtful things. Like if
Like what about arts and crafts?
oh, I love that shit.
Do you?
Oh, I think that's so thoughtful because like you
like
know
a macaroni necklace?
like I wouldn't wear it, but I'll like
I would be very offended
hang
if
it
my
somewhere.
girlfriend never wore my macaroni.
I think
necklace.
thoughtful gifts are much more meaningful than like, you know, a purse or perfume, whatever guys get girls these days. Like obviously like if it's like Christmas, I don't want like a macaroni necklace, I'm going to be honest, but like it's nice to have like something
That's a shame.
like useful.
I think it's something like
And like
guy's
something
thinking about you,
thoughtful.
and then they just give you something like that. You know?
Yeah, and if they're just attentive to like what the girl is saying like in conversation, like if I say, oh, like I really like this band, yada yada, maybe they'll like, I don't know, buy me tickets to like the concert, or
Oh,
they'll
so,
like get like a band
they-
t-shirt, like
they-
just like a little
They pick up
like
on things that you
tidbits.
say to them.
Exactly, like
So if they know you like a show, they'll get a gift based on the show that you like.
yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
then that means they're listening.
Exactly.
Even if the gift isn't that great, it still means a lot because they're just like, oh, I know this is your favorite show.
Exactly, and
I see.
that means they're like listening.
Interesting. Personally, I like it when
So what were you saying? You were saying something?
I don't know. Oh, I was saying like what I like as a gift.
Oh, okay.
Oh
something-
yes.
Like what you like as a gift?
Yeah,
a
I was just
girl,
gonna like
or-
I was basically gonna agree with like J Dog over there. I hate calling you that, by the way.
Thank you.
Um,
It's my Twitter name.
is
Is it
that?
actually?
Well, like,
No, it's something else.
It's not my username. It's like my. If you guys know how Twitter works, it's like my
It's your
at
handle.
name is something. My handle is something else, and then my name is like J Dog.
Yeah.
Or no, it's not
It's
J Dog.
You don't even know. You don't even know.
You don't even
It's
know it?
your own
another
Twitter.
street name.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, I was just gonna agree with you. I like meaningful gifts, but I also like cash as well.
Wow. Okay.
Wait, like from
Like,
a
if
girl,
you
though?
give
you
me
want a
cash?
sugar mama?
I honestly like. I think that's the best gift. This is totally off topic to relationship, but I think that's the best gift you can give someone.
I think with a card, like when
No,
when
no,
a girl
just
like,
like
writes
Just like give me $60.
flat in
And I can spend it. What? What's wrong?
That's funny.
Because it's just like you can spend it the way you want and stuff like that. So
thoughtful.
yeah, so it's really thoughtful. So just yeah, they're thinking of me. They're like, I don't like you will spend it the way that you want to. It's like ingenious. So like, if you're my girlfriend, like give me $60.
$60 each date.
Yeah.
I think food dates are pretty fun. Like, if a guy like picks me up and says, "Oh my God, let's go to McDonald's, get a lot of food."
student life, yeah.
No, like if a guy picks me up and says, "Okay, let's go to McDonald's, let's get a bunch of good food," and it's gonna sound kind of creepy, but I used to do this with my friend. We would sit in my car in parking lots, and we would just people watch while eating food. Yeah, and we would like we would make up scenarios going on between the people that were basically stalking. So if we see like a girl and a guy like in a heated argument, we'd be like, oh, she just told him that she has chlamydia and he's really mad about it. Like just like weird stuff like that.
Yeah, that's really weird.
I think that would be such a fun date.
I'm not talking about the chlamydia. I'm talking about like fantasizing about other people having chlamydia. That's a really weird first date.
I'm just so low maintenance.
Oh, so we're talking about first date or like any date?
No. This is like maybe like deep into the relationship where we're like
you guys are
comfortable
really
with each
close,
other.
Like,
Yeah, like at the beginning stages, you gotta like compress a bit. Like I don't want to start low. Like you gotta start like a bit high.
But if I start low, then like
you
that,
can only go high.
then I can only go high, right? Like what if I was like crazy extravagant with my first date, and then from
You
that
set the bar
point,
too
like,
high,
It's
yeah.
not sustainable.
then what
So
do you do?
like you have to find a middle area. First of all,
Yeah, a
I
middle
think
area is good.
I think it's kind of like inappropriate to give like a really extravagant gift to a woman because I feel like that pressures her into like
Into
getting like
liking
a
you,
really
yeah.
expensive piece of jewelry like on the second date or something like that.
Oh
would be
no,
like,
I don't
that would
think
be like
no.
that would be huge.
Yeah,
Like, that's just wrong.
Yeah, that's always like I don't know how to explain it. Like when newly couples get together and then all of a sudden like Christmas comes around and then they're both like, oh, like do I get them a gift? And if I do, what kind of gift do I get them? I've been seeing that a lot lately, and it's like it's kind of funny on my end because I'm like, oh, look at these people struggle. But what do you guys think? If you got into a relationship in like September, October, and then Christmas came around, would you get your girlfriend a gift, or would you get her like an experience-esque gift, like tickets to like a sports game or something? Like like nothing too meaningful.
No.
But it's a gift.
I think like
Nothing over like if it's like our first like it depends how like if it's Christmas and it's like we've only been dating for 2 months, then I'd get her like a gift card or something. I don't know.
No.
Gift cards are bad.
I would figure
Really?
out something that we have in
So-
common or something that we
Yeah,
relate
like I'll
to.
try to look for something meaningful.
And then something meaningful.
Yeah, gift cards are kind of a cop out, but like
No, a gift card is something you give to like a friend, not
that's
like
true,
your
that's true.
girlfriend. Like,
But it depends. I mean, like how much is in the gift card? Like if it's a $10 gift card,
It's
it's one thing.
$60. You
If
can
it's
give
$60,
it to.
I would love it from Best Buy or something. So I can buy FIFA.
So,
Confidential information.
what's the most like extravagant date you've taken a girl out on?
I've never taken anyone on a date.
Stop
Well,
lies.
I've never
Oh my
I've never had a
God.
relationship, so like
Yeah, that's true. You're very young,
I'm very young.
very
Yeah.
young and naive. Sound editor Anthony, have you ever taken a girl out on a
I'm
date?
not entering this conversation.
Have you? You have. Tell us. I feel like you're the most creative person in this room, so I feel like you've done something very like unique for a female. Yes, you have.
He's so nervous. He doesn't want.
Maybe.
Oh my God, we're forwarding. We're forwarding.
It's the darkest part of my life.
No, but let us shine a light on it and help you go
All
through
you hear
it.
right now is like the pushing the mic back and forth. between you. It's just talk about no, don't talk about it. Yeah,
This is much better.
yeah, yeah, cool. So tell us why you think why do you hate men, Jada? Why do you hate all men?
I don't hate all men. I hate like a portion
Most
of men.
men.
What is it
Most
about the
men.
men that you hate, like specifically?
Honestly, yeah. Go ahead.
No, that's it. Like it's a question. Like what
Yeah.
specifically like thing
They're
that you
just
hate?
like just they're just awful communicators. They don't know what they want, and then they make us crazy, and then we go crazy because they make us crazy, and then they're like, "Oh, women are crazy," and then we're always like, "Yeah, because you made us crazy."
No.
If only you
that's
tell
I
us
disagree.
what you want and what you're feeling, we will not be crazy. Because I'm gonna be honest, us girls, we really go into our heads. We overthink a bit, like. You know what I mean? Yeah, that is kind of our fault. But if the guy was just straight with how he's feeling, what he's thinking, then we wouldn't.
But the thing
go
is,
into our
what if
mind.
him? The problem is like the reason that you're not straight with guys when like again you told us that like when you say like I'm not ready for a relationship is to let the guy down easy, right?
Mhm.
So like again that's an example of not being straight, right? Like is that
I mean,
we
I
both
think
do
guys
it,
would
don't
rather
we?
like a yes or a no, to be honest, because it would make them more sane. Because if it's like I'm not ready, well, are you ever going to be ready, or like are you genuinely not ready and you just give it a couple of years and then all of a sudden you're ready, or like how long? What does it really mean? And
Like the waiting around thing, I feel like that only works in movies. Like if a person says no, then you shouldn't wait for them. Like even if they say, "Oh, like maybe when I'm done school," like
see, that's fine if they say
Well, there's
no.
a bunch
That
of
would
things
be
in
great.
movies that we shouldn't listen to about romantic relationships. Like the idea of the one, I think, is nonsense.
yes.
There's no such thing. It's
They're
just
they're
like
exactly.
it's like the one is whichever one that you're married to, and there's like a million ones. Like you can find like a girl who's compatible with you. Like it's not like this celestial thing where it's like, oh, there's only one girl out there that's perfect for me and no one else. I think there are many girls that are, or many guys that are compatible with you. So there's that idea of like romantic relationships that like
There's definitely
in movies that don't work.
yeah. There's no such thing as a soulmate, and our like
Well, the soulmate is the person that you like marry. That's your soulmate,
Yeah,
right?
Well, when you're in a
But
relationship,
that doesn't mean that it was like predestined from the beginning of time, that like it's only this one
yeah,
person.
but like when you're thinking about being in a relationship, are you thinking about being in a long-term relationship or a short-term
well,
relationship?
yeah. I'm not getting any younger.
So,
I don't want
a
like a
long-term.
one night whatever. No, I want like something like that's like if I meet a guy, I either have to think to myself, do I see this long term or is it not worth it type of thing.
Right.
The point of
you know
dating
what I
should be
mean?
like for people in like more, I don't know, traditional communities. The point of dating is to obviously get married.
Yeah.
Like it's not, it's just like, why
Honestly,
are you,
for some people, it's not like that.
I know it's for some people it's not like that, but that's like, I'm not like that's not a good thing though.
Yeah, like some guy in my high school would be with a different girlfriend 3 times from the period of grade 9 to grade 12.
But not from the community that we're from. Like from the community that we're from, it, like we're more like
Traditional.
traditional, like
Yeah.
old fashioned, where like dating, it doesn't mean that you have to marry every girl that you date, obviously, that like, but it's like you have the intention of getting married.
Right.
Yeah,
Like I'm dating to get married eventually.
yeah, like you would have it at the back of your mind, like
Of course.
for my first date, if like after first date with a guy, if I don't see myself getting serious with the person, maybe not married but serious, then I'll just like stop it. You know, like there's no point if I'm not into it from the beginning. How am I gonna be into it
Right.
down the road?
Yeah, I agree. Like when I'm trying to be in a relationship, I think about long term. And I'm sure they think about the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, is there a mutual like feeling about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I think we should just go back to arranged marriages personally.
Oh no, honestly, my friend did an arranged marriage. And so she met her family gave her the number of this guy and she was like talk to him, see how you feel. They texted for a week and then after that week they got engaged.
wow.
And I think like a year later they got married. He's like a doctor, whatever. He's like a very nice guy. My friend, like she's like an angel. They go on these really great vacations, like just to put it out there. Like they do work. Their families really get along. Both of them are so
It's not a
perfect for
crazy
each
idea.
other. It's really not
A crazy
that
idea.
far fetched. It is
Like
maybe it is.
the
I don't
idea
know.
of dating here is like, okay, first of all, I'm not advocating for like actual arranged marriages.
Yeah, like
I'm,
same
like,
retweet.
I know I live in like North America, so like into the 21st century, so
So we're a bit modernized,
yeah.
guys.
But like the whole dating thing was like promised us to give us freedom, like, to find our, and all that's done is just like make us miserable, because like it's just like one humiliating rejection after another.
And it's
And some people are lucky to find the person that they're going to marry, like, off the first date or whatever, but for most people that doesn't happen. That's why we have all these apps, like these like matching apps like Tinder and Bumble and stuff like that. And even then, those apps are like terrible. Like people hate using them. I wouldn't know. I've never used one.
same.
But yeah, like most people I talk to that have those apps, they're just like, well, no, like I deleted it after like a week or two. It was too creepy. Even the guys delete it because they don't like it either.
Yeah.
Right. So, like I think we've exchanged like freedom of dating with like just unhappiness in general.
It's really it's become a game, and if you're not a gamer, I'm doing like quotations, then you're gonna suck ass at it. And honestly, I suck ass at it. I don't know how to play these games. Like, I see everything like face value. Like, I don't know. Like, some like, okay, let's say I'm texting a guy. My friend will say, "Oh no, don't use that emoji," or "Don't say this. Like,
What?
it'll come on too strong." And then I'm like, "What are you talking about? I just want to have a conversation with this person."
It's really important to just
It's
be
so
yourself, honestly.
weird.
I hate that saying.
Exactly.
Just being yourself.
Be yourself.
But it's so true. It's cliche, but it's so
important,
true.
though, because the
It's
girl
true,
wants
like-
to be with someone who's like real and not.
It's
fake,
true, but
right?
it like takes away from the fact that they're just like socially awkward people
Yeah.
who like where themselves being themselves is like I can't like look at you in the eye, like I need to be like alone and stuff like that. It's like some people like having relationships is extra hard.
Well,
Like,
then they
because
have
they're
to
just,
find
like,
the
they have
person who's like that as well. Like,
what?
you know what I mean?
Well, no, I mean it's I don't know. It's tough. Like that's why I think like we were like the unreleased podcast we talked about Jordan Peterson and we talked about why he's so appealing and it's because like some people just genuinely need the direction to like because they don't know how to talk to a person of the opposite sex and like vague opinions like be yourself is not helpful to them.
And do you think like opposites attract? Like if
No,
no?
I think.
Okay.
I mean, like, I think, yeah, like, if you're, like, a neurotic person, you need someone to, like, balance you out by who's, like, relaxed and more chill. If, like, you're both, like, anxious people, then it's just going to be really bad. But, like, in terms of, like your the values that you share, like, you have to be on the same page on that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't believe in opposites attract kind of a thing. Like, I mean, if you don't share the same, like, goals in life, then it's not going to work.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I don't know.
Yeah, but in the opposites attract situation, it's much more exciting because like one person might be interested in a very different thing that will show said opposite person this new, like experience, and it creates some sort of like chemistry and spark. It gets exciting, and I think relationships need some sort of excitement.
I feel like in the
But I feel like
beginning
that's a
it's really
momentary
good.
thing, though.
Yeah.
I think that lasts.
Yeah,
No,
I
for
think-
sure.
I think it's in the beginning.
I feel like the novelty wears off after a while, right? And once you're married to this person, like for 30, 40 years, it's like it's not gonna be cute anymore when you're like, oh, you have this quirky thing where you just like you're rude to me or something like that.
That's not quirky. That's abuse.
I mean,
It's like
yeah.
after like 20 years, it's gonna be like, no, I actually don't appreciate that anymore.
Like guys might like it. Oh, she's so shy. I like that. But then
I-
after a couple years, she's not really talking and communicating, and then you're getting really frustrated. You know what I mean? Like in the beginning, it's good, but like long term, it could get really bad. Or maybe she just talks so much, and then you're like,
you
"Oh,
find
it's
that
not too bad."
attractive because like
Yeah.
it takes the pressure off you in conversations.
Yeah.
But then, like, you find out later, oh, like, she cuts me off and she doesn't let me finish my
Yeah.
thoughts, or vice versa, like for guys too. So, like, but sometimes, like, those are, like, little things that you can, like, work through. But if it's, like, your whole relationship is, like, oh, she has, like, they have this quirky thing that, like, is totally different from me that I'm not used to, like, it can be a problem in the future.
But
don't know.
if they know that they have this kind of problem and then they like address it in the beginning, I think that's really good. It's like, hey, no, I'm not really good with this, so that you can like adjust yourself on like learning her like problems. Do you know what I mean? Why is everyone smiling?
Such a weird sound.
I looked at you as soon as it opened. Your face was just like, yeah.
Would you trust your parents or your friends to set you up with someone?
I would trust my parents more, honestly.
Really?
I don't know.
I just want my mom to set me up with someone.
Aw, that is the most wholesome thing.
Honestly, like, who cares more about you than your parents? Like, but it depends. Like, I was fortunate enough to be raised in a great family where my parents both cared and loved me. Like, that's not only a practical thing for some people, but like at the same time too, I don't know.
I think
Depends.
parents sometimes are in a rush for their kids to get like married or be in a relationship, and they'll just find
Not mine,
anyone.
weirdly.
Do you know what I mean? It's like they won't really care much about the person's personality or whatever. It's like, all right, she's opposite gender. go for it.
No,
Like,
no.
No,
I think your
At
parents are.
times, but like no,
your
they will
parents
care. They
out
will
of-
care about her, like the morals and like
Your parents-
religiously and stuff like that.
Out of everyone, know what it's like. Obviously, like if your parents
Yeah.
are married, know what it's like to be like to marry someone that they don't like, or like they won't set you up with just any person.
Yeah,
right?
they'll actually obviously think about like they will think about personality, but also like religious things.
Oh yeah.
I hear all these stories about how like parents are eager to set their kids up for marriage. Mine, like, I think mine have given up. Like, they're just like,
Oh, retweet.
they're just like, no, like,
Retweet.
I don't care about you. You're not getting married.
Yeah,
My dad has dropped a hint that maybe I should become a priest or something like that.
Oh my god.
Like
He's
a
like,
monk.
what about a priesthood? I'm just like, oh, Dad, no.
My mom keeps seeing like all my friends like get engaged or get into relationships, and she just day in day out says there's something wrong with me, and that
Really?
like I have no game. Yeah, especially like this past summer, like like one of my closest friends got engaged, so that kind of like got things going. And then she would just be like, "What's wrong with you? Like, why can't you talk to guys? Like, why is this happening to
And
you?"
there's
And I was
this
like,
pressure.
"I don't
There's
know."
this
Like, talking
huge
to guys
pressure.
is not a problem for you.
See, cause the guy, okay, par exemple, I was talking to a guy, very generic, talking about the day, sends me a shirtless picture.
No
I was like,
way.
I panicked. I was like, what the fuck is this? Why, like, this came out of nowhere. Like, absolutely nowhere.
And this guy from like school or like
It was from a conference.
okay.
Yeah. So it's just, oh yeah, definitely. But it's just like, this shit like that frustrates me. It's like, oh, like, I know there's such good guys out there, and I have to have, like, scum of the earth, like,
Well,
in my
like,
hands.
you don't have to talk to them.
yeah, I know. I was
See,
talking
but
out of
that's the
boredom.
thing, is that, like, girls get frustrated when, like, guys say, like, oh, girls are attracted to jerks, but then, like,
Par exemple.
what is it about a guy like that, like, makes you want to talk to him?
I stopped talking to him, by the way.
What?
I stopped.
Okay.
Because after that, I was like,
I mean, like, that didn't come out of nowhere, right? Like,
no, it definitely, I'm going to show it to our sound editor.
Okay.
You guys could keep
I'll
talking.
make any comments.
I want to see who it is.
No, you guys don't know because he's like your people.
Go, let me see.
But he doesn't come to like our
Oh.
thingy-mabobber. I don't even want to read. I'm going to gag.
How
What
long
does it
ago
say?
was this? Was this recent or
Do I go down?
did you find
Yeah.
it?
What does it say?
Okay,
Okay, you have to show us. You have to show us now.
come
You have to show us now. Let me see.
Can
Let
we
me
have
see.
a quick look? Just flip the phone.
And
no,
That was so funny.
Let me see. Let me see.
Oh my gosh.
gosh.
No, the comment was so random.
It's like a normal conversation. Normal
what did you say
conference.
before?
I was like, hey, do you have the same conference on said day? Like,
It's
like,
a formal
literally.
invite, or are you being? Okay, he was kind of. Okay, first of all, he was kind of being. He was kind of flirting with you, and you were just like. You like kind of accepted it, but then he was just like, but it's still random.
Why? Like,
Wait, what did you reply to that photo? Like nice or?
Okay, so
You're a flirt. That's your problem.
no, I'm not.
Yeah,
no,
you
I'm
do.
not.
You
I'm
flirt
so awkward.
much.
I'm
What was the
so
reply?
awkward.
What was the reply to that
Okay.
photo?
So when I got that photo, I was like, okay, J Dog, think. I don't like when I'm trying to put myself in his shoes. I was like, okay, he must have gone through some sort of thought process for this. I don't want to like kill his ego. You know what I mean? I'm like, don't want to be that person. So I was, I didn't even send that much of a good reply.
Can you read it?
What did you say?
No, just read it out loud.
Read
What
your
was?
reply to it.
Just
What was
read
your
it.
reply?
Wait, no, that was a good reply.
That's shock. What was it? Can you read it?
Just say it out loud.
I was like, oh my god, wait.
That's hilarious.
I was like, oh my god, lol, you kill me. Like, what else am I supposed to
Oh,
say?
okay. First of all, if
No,
I were a
that-
guy and I got, if I were a guy,
No.
if I were a guy and I got that message after sending a shirtless picture, I mean, I would think, oh, she's into me for sure.
What?
And she liked that. Oh my
What?
god, lol, you
No,
kill
I'm
me.
confused.
That's like,
So cute, so cute.
Oh my god. But like at the same time, I didn't
You
want
have
to
to
like
be more like
offend
blunt
him.
with guys and be like, no, like that wasn't cool, dude. Please stop. Don't do that again.
And you
Even
know-
if it makes it off. Wrong.
Like I was so like traumatized. I like panicked. I panicked to my roommate. I was like, what is this? Like I did not like initiate this. Like I'm not that kind of girl. Like I don't want this. And she was like, you need to relax. And I was like, okay, I do need to relax. But like still like where did that come
Do
from?
you think that guy?
You say, "Oh my God, you kill me" all the time to me. Now I know it means nothing.
No, but
I don't
you
actually kill
me.
you. Wow.
do you think that guy sends that like does that kind of thing to multiple girls?
I have no idea.
Probably.
I really have no idea.
Because at the same time,
I
sometimes
literally
maybe,
just have met
maybe
him
not.
once in person.
sometimes
So I
I've
don't
never
know.
seen this from a guy, to be honest, but like you see in girls all the time where you're messaging a girl, but you feel like she's also messaging 100 other guys, and then you're like, is she really into me, or because you know what I mean?
I mean, I know from said conference that I met this person at, I did not come off like that. I'm very awkward in person. Like I'm a very awkward llama. So like, I don't know where he would get that information or idea from.
Maybe he just like your personality and like.
I don't know how to make
asked you-
conversation with
he asked
random
you
people.
if you were like flirting, and you basically said yes. To paraphrase it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no.
I didn't think you picked up on it. Maybe you just said like. But the way that you answered him was like, I am flirting with you. And then he's like, great, I'll just take off my shirt now.
You gave him the thumbs up, J-Dog.
If I read that, and well, I wouldn't take off my shirt like that. But like, no, like I'm trying to read it from his perspective.
Take off my shirt.
It's so cringy. Like I
It is
never knew
cringy. It's really
people
bad.
did that. I'm just like, hey, I just want to have a conversation here, and you're just being that. Like I
You
don't want
initiated the
that.
conversation, right? Of course he would take off his shirt.
No,
Like
no, but I asked
when a guy
he had
gets a
this
message from a girl,
conference.
it's like, oh, like she loves me. Basically, she's like in love with me, and then she's like, and then you're like, are you going to this conference? And I'm like, okay, first of all, she loves me. She wants to know if I'm going to this conference. And then I'm gonna say, are you flirting with me? And you basically said yes. And she's like, great. I'm just gonna, take off
This
my
is straight up
clothes.
overthinking to a whole nother level. I feel like when you're in relationships, people just overthink like crazy.
Yeah.
No, but like, if you got a message from a girl, it depends on the girl, obviously. But like, when girls message guys first, it's like, guys like, I don't know, not all guys, but like for me, I'm just like, oh,
Like, what was
Ma-
the motive?
yeah. Unless like it depends on the girl, obviously. Like if I've known the girl for a long time and like we're good friends, then like, it's fine. But like, and if they want something like a school related or whatever, that's different. But like, if a girl's just like messaging me just to say, hey, what's up, and I don't really talk to her that much, to me, I'm like, what's going on? That's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, why is she doing this?
That's so sad. Maybe they just want to talk to you. Like,
Maybe.
Nothing is ever.
No,
that
I'm not
deep.
talking about like my friends. That's
Oh,
different.
like if it's like a girl,
girl
that,
that I
you
don't
really-
know.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Like my friends, obviously, I know it's different, but like I'm talking about girls like I just barely talk to,
Yeah.
and they're texting me saying like, "What's up? How's your day?"
Oh
And
yes.
we don't
okay.
talk regularly. Then I'm like, well,
Yeah.
why-
Like, what's the motive?
Yeah.
Like, tell me now.
yeah. So our sound editors
It's very inappropriate
out of
today.
control right now.
Very.
This is why you didn't want to be on the
inappropriate.
podcast. That's a good thing too.
So those are the
But
actions.
I honestly
without
think-
speaking, I can't imagine what was happening if he was speaking.
Honestly, I think you need to put down the Ariana Grande.
Uh-huh.
I think, and just stop listening to her because
Uh-huh.
it's like.
Hey, no. Okay. I used to not like the song
you
Thank
blew out our
You
sound
Next.
editors' ears.
Sorry. I was not a fan of the Thank You Next song. I was like, oh, it's so overplayed. Oh, it's so basic. But then, you know what? I was like, yeah, I'm into this. Go Ariana Grande. We are one Ariana Grande song away from never speaking to men ever again.
That's a.
And you're
meme
proud
from
of
Twitter.
that. You're
Like,
really happy with that.
look, like,
But
yeah,
not all
like,
guys
why
are like
not?
that. I'm not going to like take off my shirt, you know, while I'm talking to someone. Like that guy is weird. Like he's Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I'm not saying all guys like that. I'm just like looking in like my own world. Like, I've had another guy like tell me, "Oh, you look better without glasses, and if you just do some weights, you look so much prettier." And he would
He
send me
told
like,
you?
yeah,
He told
and
you to lose weight?
and he would send me like photos of like much more like fitter and attractive women, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?"
Maybe he's just
What
joking.
kind of guys do you
or-
talk to?
I don't know. I don't know how
Where
they
did they
fall
come
in my
from?
path. This
Okay.
was a very long time ago. This was like this was like he was said old friend, but not in my life anymore. It's been like a long like 4 or 5 years since I've talked to this person.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. I just like you have to be more selective. I feel like with guys, because guys are thirsty.
There was
You
another
have to be more
guy.
selective.
We met at like this wedding or something, and then got my number, whatever, and then he was like, "Oh, I want to take you out to eat," and then I was like, "Oh, I really like sushi," and he's like, "Okay, let's go for sushi." So he picked me up, like came to my door. I was like, "Oh my god, like wow, like this is amazing." Went to sushi, had such nice conversation, dropped me off home. We talked for like a night, and then did not talk to me for like forever. And that was my first time I got ghosted, and at the time I didn't know what this ghosting malarkey was. I was like, what is this? Because I was still very young, very naive. And then I was like talking to our like mutual friend, and he was like, I'm sorry to tell you this, but he has a girlfriend. And I was like, wait, what? I was side chick?
Maybe he just wanted, I guess, a
That's such a
See,
which is
like
weird.
clickbait.
it's just
Clickbait title.
That
it
really
was
doesn't mess
so
with you, yeah.
frustrating.
I was side chick. It's a good one.
It's like
Like
the
after
clickbait
all
title.
these things, it's like, oh my god, like I can't even trust men. Like I feel like after each experience,
Where
I
are you
build
meeting
more
these guys
walls.
at? Like general, like
Like just general
wedding?
life. Like this was from one, through like a friend gathering or like weddings or conference, whatever.
I think like
I've never done the dating apps. I've never done that. I will never
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, terrible. What was I gonna say? I think like the best way to do it is just like find someone, like be their friend, and like let them court you long term, like so that you don't get these like, because it seems like you get these surges of like, what the heck, like the guy comes, he does all these like romantic things, and then you find out something scummy about him, or he does
Yeah.
something scummy. And so like, why don't you just like try to be like friends with one of them, and just like and just like let them court you in a way, like build a friendship first, and then because then you can find out like in a friendship, like
I think
like,
in that stage,
your
it's the
personality is going to come out one way or another, and you're going to find out like what kind of people they are, right? So like if you know that they're not, if you know that they're not like
for you.
dating wise, then like it's going to be obvious. Just don't just don't do like the whole like, oh, I met you today, give me your number, take me out to eat. If you're having such bad luck,
Yeah.
within that of doing it that way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I know. I totally agree with like be friends first, yada yada.
Yeah.
I agree.
Then there's that awkward
agree
stage
too.
where you're just friends, but it's like, when is the moment where you become more than friends? Which is super difficult.
That's when you have to pick up on signs.
But
when
sometimes
you
you
have to
misread
really
the signs,
attentive.
which is like,
Yeah. And that's not the
devastating.
fault of all guys, by the way.
No.
Oh, you know what I can't stand is when girls or guys say like, "Oh, I'm totally oblivious. I can't tell when people are flirting with me." I don't believe that at all.
That's literally me. I say that all the time.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest, like, either you're lying to yourself or you're just lying to other people.
No,
Like,
girls know.
I think people are just intuitive. They know when they're being hit on. Guys know when they're being hit on. They can sense it. So like, I don't know. I think either you're trying to convince yourself that like maybe because you don't want that relationship to be like you don't
Yeah.
want it to be that way, so you're just convincing yourself, or like you don't want to come off as conceited, so you tell yourself,
Yeah, that too.
like I'm full of myself if I think that. But I think we all pick up on the cues themselves. I don't think there's actually anyone who's oblivious to being hit on. I just maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm just very skeptical when people say that. Like, oh, I don't even notice when guys are hitting on me. Like, I think you know. I think you notice. Because then guys will make it obvious. Like if the first attempt doesn't work, they'll make the second or third attempt work. But I think like it can come from a good place where you're like, oh, I don't want to think that like them to think I'm full of myself and that you're hitting on me when you're not. You know. But
Yeah, it's I think it's the rejection that makes guys really really scared when they talk to a girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
Continue.
and then it's like you're really close friends, and then all of a sudden you feel like you're ready to like move on to the next level, right?
yeah.
And then it's just that feeling of rejection that you're really afraid of. Do you think if you get rejected, were you guys not on the same page, and that's a sign of like not a good relationship? Do you know what I mean? Just head nods. Excellent.
So wise.
So wise.
I think I'm gonna be a monk. That's
I'm gonna be a nun at this rate as well.
Therefore,
That's a sad ending.
Our sound editor is not pleased with the
No,
ending.
that's disgusting.
why being a monk is very noble.
I could be a hip nun. I could like teach body pump or something.
as a nun.
Yeah, as a nun. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I think like the old-fashioned way is the best way to do it. Like
Like
in
arranged
terms
marriage?
of no, not arranged marriage, but like courting and just going from friendship to like
Yeah.
just trying to find out things about them, find out things about each other first before you jump into like a relationship. Like you meet each other, you talk to each other for one event, and then you exchange numbers, and then you start dating. I think that's like, well, don't be surprised if like all of a sudden you find out that this person is like a
shithead.
This part was cut out because it was too edgy. Sorry.
oh my
It's
god.
an inside joke.
So that is a inside joke from one of our professors at our education
Alma mater.
institute. He's would you say immigrant?
Yeah, he's like a fob.
He didn't know what he was saying.
He did not know what he was saying. We were talking about sexual urges.
Okay, forget it.
Well, no, we're not talking about it.
This is going off topic.
This is
We
Cutting this
can't.
whole part out, Anthony. You have to
We're
cut
gonna
it
get in
out.
trouble.
We're never
Why-
gonna be
why-
We're
famous.
gonna get expelled.
Dude, no, we're cutting that whole part out. Okay, so we're back.
Some guys like it's staying in.
Dude, I will kill you if that stays in.
Yeah, guys suck, and I feel like after each bad experience I have, I keep making more walls, and I think by now I have a wall as
No, but don't
tall
you
and
think
thick as the U.S. Mexican border, and no one's gonna
There's no
see-
wall yet.
No
The
one's
guys are paying for it.
the guys are paying for it, right? No, but don't you feel like every single time you're experiencing these relationships, you're having a better experience, you're improving yourself,
I do learn.
you're learning from mistakes
Yes.
maybe, or
I do learn what I like and what I don't like, and I really have like very like minimal experience. Like I've like as compared to like the average like gal, I don't have that much experience. So that kind of freaks me out too, because I feel like I haven't seen it all yet, and like I don't know what I like and don't like. I don't know what's like a red flag and what's not. Like it just that kind of concerns me. So
but don't
I
you
don't
feel
know.
like you'll like every guy's different, so like how will you ever come to a conclusion on what you like? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like awkward pause.
He's like done some.
our sound
Some
editor's very
sketchy
inappropriate
stuff.
today. Can you repeat your question again?
Yeah, sorry, I was-
Confidential information.
So the thing is, like, I was trying to say, you gotta stop laughing, sound guy. So, don't you feel like how will you ever know when you've like the type of guy?
like found
who
the
you like.
decent person.
Yeah, because like every guy's different. So when will you know who's your type of guy?
I feel like I won't know from the get-go. Like, I know people are like, oh, like when you first meet the person, you know when you know, and then
I
I'm
don't
like,
believe in
no,
that.
like
Like,
I'm
it's
dumb.
just-
Like I don't read into these things. I feel like it has to like grow, and then one day I'm gonna be like, oh, like it's that person. I don't know.
And it's so
I feel
hard
that's how it's gonna happen.
when you wanna like apply patience to this whole process, and you're like eager to be in a relationship, and maybe the person isn't as eager to be in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
No, yes, retweet.
Yes. So like, like like when you're on like a different level, right? Like
Mhm.
someone wants to be in a relationship and the other person doesn't want to be.
Yeah, that's just like the worst mix. Like,
Yeah.
Really?
yeah, it is. It is the worst
Wait.
mix.
So you're saying
really
it's bad when one person wants to be in a relationship and the other doesn't?
Whoa, like mind blowing.
No, I don't-
Our
I think you're
viewers
wrong
are
about
gonna
that.
be so sad.
I think it's the best.
I think personally that's my favorite. I'm just gonna have one of the cookies that you brought.
Yes, I stressed baked last night, so
Like I
I
said,
made Nutella cookies that I brought to our.
way.
Yeah, they're Nutella.
Nutella cookies.
Can I try one?
I'm gonna chew right into the mic. I heard people like that.
Do that.
ASMR.
There are two, so you may have to like distribute. I don't know.
Me and Angela will get one, and
Yeah.
Anthony will get none.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh no! I'll make you a batch. Don't worry.
Thank you.
No
Oh my
problem.
gosh. It's still stuck together.
Yeah, sorry, they're a bit soft to the touch.
Are they crunchy?
No, they're very soft.
Oh.
Only 3 ingredients, guys. Just Nutella, flour, and egg.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
just really good.
Thank you, thank you.
It's moist.
Oh.
I hate that word.
Yo, why do girls like hate that word, moist?
I don't know. It's gross. It's just there's no words to explain the of moist. It's just
It's one of my favorite
uncomfortable.
words.
Surprising.
Yeah, I use it on the daily.
Moist.
Um,
It's very moist.
this is a very good cookie, actually.
Thanks. I'm also eating cookies that a friend brought for the house owners, who are 2 main guests on this podcast. But here I am eating them because I'm trash.
Yeah.
I'll talk while she's eating. Hi guys.
Oh my gosh.
I'm here.
That's it.
I think our sound editor should like give us a tidbit.
No, you don't want the
Mhm.
tidbit. It'll be offensive and it'll be not on relationships. Not
Well,
on,
listen.
we'll talk about it after.
I think that's the most offensive views about relationships. It's
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
They're pretty bad.
And do you want to be in a relationship as soon as possible, or like you don't care to be in a
I'm a
relationship?
sound guy. I'm the sound guy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't, I'm a sound guy. That's all it is.
I mean, everyone's different. So, what's your point of view?
That's my goal. It's about numbers.
Yeah.
No, this is why I'm not on the podcast.
All right. So to conclude, J Dog,
Wait. Are you guys capable of love?
what?
That sounded so good.
First of all,
Yeah.
what a
That is
stupid
so
question. Of course, every
You should do
human
that
being,
more.
unless you're a sociopath, every human being is capable of love. Like capable of loving someone?
Yes.
Yes. Like, unless, like, what am I, a psychopath? Like,
But aren't
Yeah.
you guys scared to love someone?
I hate that.
No, I get it.
No, I think, no. I'm scared of loving, like, the wrong person.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's
yeah,
profound.
that's pretty deep.
No, like
Um,
if you love the person, why would you be scared of love? Like,
Like, I'm scared of, like, being infatuated more, like, with the wrong person.
Because
Uh,
it's the whole like vulnerability that comes with love. I think that what freaks me out the most. It's like I hate being vulnerable. I like I don't want to say act, but I feel like
Listen.
Like-
Listen. Dating is inherently a humiliating experience.
it literally is.
I'm not even joking about that. It's like just liking someone can be so humiliating because you're just like, oh, like this girl that I really have feelings for doesn't share that feeling, or like is doing other things without me, or like just a bunch of things that like you see on, especially with social media now, where like you can see what everyone is doing all the time.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, like they're at a party and I'm not there and they're having a good time without me, and it's humiliating. You're not going to escape that. I think you should just embrace the humiliation.
Embrace single life.
Embrace, or like just embrace the fact that, like, obviously in order to like truly love someone you have to be vulnerable with them. It's just like you have to be more selective before you give those feelings away to
Mhm.
someone. But like the idea of like never wanting to get hurt is not, by like blocking everyone off is not a good idea.
No, it's not.
It's just like not an emotionally healthy thing to do.
I agree.
I agree as well. Retweet. Could not have said it better myself.
So here's the thing.
Confidential information.
J Dog! My name is J
J-Dog.
Dog!
The sound, oh my gosh, is gonna be R.I.P.
I'm gonna fix that. You don't have to suffer what I said.
Anyways, here's what you need to do. Either you abandon public life and become a nun,
Okay.
or or you close yourself off emotionally,
Mm-hmm.
or you just try to be friends with guys first, and then see where it goes.
But
Those
that's
are your-
what I tried
those are-
to. Okay.
Those
but
are your
that's-
3 options.
But that's what I tried to be with said conference person, and he was not having it. He took everything in like a weird, like flirty sexual sense, and then I was like, wait, I'm just asking how your day was. Like, I just want to like know. Like, you know what I mean? Like if I want to have a decent conversation, why?
I think
why
you
is
just
the-
went way too fast then, right?
No,
Like- no, not you.
Maybe-
the guy.
Maybe,
like
like,
why
he-
is he
Like the way he
turning it back?
responded.
He took it as you were hitting on him, and like from what I saw is like he was like, are you hitting on me? And you were just like, you didn't answer him affirmatively, like, yes, I'm hitting on you, but you kind of answered yes. And so he was just like, great. Let me take
Now
off
is
my
my
shirt.
turn.
You know, like
Perfect. Thank you.
so like maybe that's what you need to like pick up on,
like
is
I'm
just
just
like,
trying to be friendly, and like I'm not getting that friendliness back. Like
no, but like yeah, I know. But like
this is frustrating.
develop-
It's like I am trying to put myself out there because people are like, you don't put yourself out there, you're not gonna find that if you're in the house all the time. And it's like, okay, I put myself out there a bit, and then that happens, and then I'm like, okay, let me go back into my house, you know, my safe house with like my tea and my
no,
soup.
but like yeah, or you could just like let friendships develop organically,
Mm-hmm.
see where they go, and then move on from there. Like, I mean, like, there's no formula here. Like,
Yeah, no,
obviously I haven't
it's-
figured it out, and like none of us here have figured it out, obviously.
Yeah, we
But,
are
like-
the worst people to give advice. I don't know.
But the
who
best
gave
thing you can
us-
do is like stop doing what you keep doing, or
Mhm.
like, I'm not saying like you keep doing it, but I'm saying stop doing what you've done in the past that's gotten you hurt, and then do. Anyways, our sound engineer just keeps interrupting. He really wants to be on the
I really
podcast.
think he has a lot to say.
No.
I think everyone would be very
I'll
enlightened.
conclude.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm gonna be a monk. That's my
I know,
conclusion.
none. We'll
Oh,
start
really?
like a little church. We'll start like a retreat. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
And we're gonna conclude now.
No, you guys can all talk. We'll all say our goodbyes. So, I've been here, you know. I've been such a big presence. I know you all have missed me. It's wonderful to have me back. I understand, you know, pretty great. Okay, relationships. You know, can't live with them. You know, I can't live without them, right? It's just that's the way the life goes, you know. And that's all I gotta say. And me, I just like to say thank you all for listening. My fans, of course, thank you all for staying. You know, and
Thanks to our guest J Dog.
Say goodbye.
Thank you guys for having me. I had such a fun time. I'm
Thanks for
very
being
honored.
Here. That was great.
That was a great
I'm
conversation.
very honored.
We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
or next month whenever.
Don't
it is.
date. That's the conclusion of this podcast. Don't date.
And
anyone.
there's no date for a future podcast. We'll figure that out.
Okay.
Thanks,
bye.
guys. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.